Pole position for Max Verstappen, pulling off an impossible lap out of the hat, a la Mrs. Schumacher. Impossible for the others. Norris was second, Piastri third, Leclerc fourth, Russell with a Mercedes that seemed fine, only fifth. Hamilton was eighth behind Hadjar. Tsunoda, 15th, behind Lawson. Yes, a lot happened, so sit down for us to quickly talk about this quali. In Q1, the weather was partly cloudy, with a wind speed of 10 kilometers per hour, an ambient temperature of 14 degrees, and 34 on the asphalt. And the Haas cars were the first to go out. Being the first to go out, they were also the first to set a time. A 1:29, 4 for Bergman, a 1:29, 7 for Ocon, a 1:29, 8 for Jack Doohan's Alpine. Taking advantage of the international broadcast, the main sites abroad, you're already calling it a settled matter. Doohan didn't close the DRS and crashed. And the team, as I mentioned in yesterday's video, blamed him, classifying it as a judgment error. We don't know if the simulator story, 𝘾𝙤𝙤, is true, because there's talk that Doohan might have tried to take turn 1 without closing the DRS and managed to do it in the simulator. And then he tried to replicate it in real life. And it didn't work out. It might be, it might not be. I don't know if we'll ever have this information confirmed. So, no, Doohan's DRS didn't suffer from the Imola sniper. In the first attempt in Q1, Hülkenberg and Follett did a 29.5 and Gabriel Bortoleto a 29.3, better than him. Leclerc was the first of the front runners to pass with a 28.571, which is a different reality for Ferrari compared to Sauber. And Hamilton did a 29, one on medium tires, much slower than Leclerc, but Leclerc was on softs. Possibly Hamilton was trying to save a new set of soft tires either for qualifying or for tomorrow's race. Lando Norris went there with a 28.233. First time of Q1 at that moment. Verstappen and Follett did a 28.3, Tsunoda a 28.6, 3/10 behind his teammate. And Piastri set the bar at a 28.1, the fastest time. On the radio, Hadjar was complaining a lot about the position of the seat belts, saying the body is moving in the corners and braking. And for a Formula One driver, that's terrible. And he said, it's hindering my driving. If we don't make it through, so be it. 3 minutes before the end, the elimination zone included Lawson, Alonso, Antonelli, Hadjar, and Stroll. Then came a flurry of laps, everyone trying to improve. And when the clock hit 0, those eliminated were Hülkenberg, Bortoleto, Esteban Ocon, Jack Doohan, and Lance Stroll. In Q2, Verstappen started leading the pack week with a 1:27.5. But Norris quickly overtook and set a 1:14.27.11, already approaching what would be Q3 times. Yuki Tsunoda in his Red Bull was using much more wing than Max Verstappen and was therefore 7 kilometers per hour slower than his teammate on the straights. Betting on gaining something in the winding sections and the various medium and high-speed corners of Suzuka. But apparently it didn't work, because at the start of Q2, he was 7/10 behind his teammate, a second off the lead. And as I mentioned, Red Bull, your reference, automatically becomes the lead when the lead is not occupied by Max Verstappen. Spoiler, in the end, that's exactly what happened. When the first round of Q2 laps ended, Alexander Albon was 5th, while Carlos Sainz was 11th. We should talk in tomorrow's live about Albon. In the end is surprising because we thought he would be outperformed by Sainz. And so far, he hasn't been. Then red flag fire on the grass. Gotcha. There were 8 minutes left to the end. And in qualifying, the clock is paused. Green flag, that rush, everyone trying to set laps. Those who were in the elimination zone trying to save themselves. And 1 minute before the end, the drop zone included Yuki Tsunoda, Carlos Sainz, Fernando Alonso, Oliver Bearman, and Liam Lawson. Bearman improved and brought smiles to the Haas garage by setting a time. That placed him in the top 10. Sainz improved, but did not make it into the top 10. And after finishing his lap while decelerating, he got in front of Lewis Hamilton, who was starting his lap and had to abort. And then our WhatsApp group said, but Sainz is always like this, right? So it's not Ferrari's fault. It's him who is inattentive with the mirrors. I did some research. And look at this. Sainz has been penalized for impeding someone during qualifying at the German Grand Prix in 2016, the Turkish Grand Prix in 2020, the Canadian Grand Prix in 2023, was investigated for the same thing at the Monaco Grand Prix in 2024, and now this. We then went to Q3 and had as survivors 2 McLarens, 2 Ferraris, 2 Mercedes, 1 Red Bull, 1 Racing Bulls, 1 Williams, and 1 Haas. In the first round, Verstappen and Foley did a 27-2 first place, but it lasted in that position for about 10 seconds because Piastri came through and did a 27-0, taking first place. Norris went through, was third, but was later pushed to fifth by Russell and Leclerc. The second attempt came, and Norris improved significantly, a 26-9-9-5, which looked like a pole position, the first to go below the 27 mark. But then, Max Verstappen pulled the famous lap out of the hat, and with 2 green sectors, his best, but not the best of the session, he made a purple sector at the end, improved, and did a 26-9-8-3, 12 thousandths faster than the McLaren, and therefore he starts from the first position tomorrow. Second for Norris, third for Piastri, fourth for Leclerc, fifth for Russell, sixth for Antonelli, and 7th for Hadjar. Look at the performance of this rookie with the loose seat. If he were Brazilian, 8th for Hamilton, quite far from Leclerc, 9th for Albon, and 10th for Oliver Bearman. Look at the performance of this rookie as well. The Japanese Grand Prix starts at 2 in the morning, and we will be here with our parallel broadcast. The project, another channel. It's not another channel, it's this channel. The project is named that way because you are now on another channel to follow Formula 1, and at 15 to 2 in the morning, so 1:45 live. The link is already pinned here in the first comment. Matheus Ornelas, our commentator whom we stole from the NFL, and I will be with you following the race. You'll be there with one eye on the cat and the other on the fish. I'll also be watching the race and monitoring the radios and race direction. Matthias will be commentating, listening to Houston and the production team who communicate with me, and will be displaying your super chats on the screen, breaking audience records with each edition. Deal? So have a great Saturday. Leave a like, it's free, costs nothing, it really helps this channel a lot. Do me this favor, do us this favor. Be part of the largest and best Formula 1 audience in Brazil. I'm extremely proud to say that. It's your fault. There's no point in making videos if there's no one on that side watching. To not miss anything, Telegram, WhatsApp, and Instagram channels will notify you of the content. And of course, our social media, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, and TikTok, where there's content all the time. So the surprise comment for this video is, put your podium, first, second, and third, and say where Tsunoda was, Lawson, and of course, Gabriel Bortoleto will finish. Deal? See you at 1:45 in the morning on another channel. This channel? And now let's edit the video and find out what's for lunch. What's for lunch there? Thanks. Take care.